on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer. Make the thing catch on fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah. It's your cocoa-tea alarm. Oh, when I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together
it's carnival season. Let's talk.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the street 91.9 FM. Voices on the street this beautiful Wednesday morning. We give thanks to the Almighty for the ability to be here today. We give thanks for life, for every blessing that we are given, and we give thanks even for our challenges. We pray that we are able to take full advantage of this day and live it in a way that is in accordance with our Creator's wishes, in service to our fellow man, with love and kindness and care for each other. So special good morning to everybody locked on, right? Special good morning to those who are working hard in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody in every walk of life, every responsibility, we all contribute. We all contribute to this wonderful nation of Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to encourage others, those who in transition, those who to seek out some form of service, some form of productivity, to have that forward progression in your life as well. All right? Don't be despondent. Don't be too down if you're in a position that is difficult. As my mother would say, older people, not old people, the longest day has an end. So even the darkest hour after will come some light. Just have patience, and not just patience only, but be constant in making an effort to move forward as well. So blessings to everyone, blessings to those who have put in that work, right? The elders in our society who have contributed for years and may now be retired. Right? See, I didn't forget all the chief. Right? Absolute respect to them as well. They have run their leg, and they're still doing their part in many ways, helping with the grandchildren, keeping the home together. Some of them even still working in different capacities as well. Good morning to you all. Good morning. My utmost love and respect goes out to them. Right? I'm listening to our international news. I say in our international news because it affects all of us who are members of humanity because of this, the global nature of life now. And it's a major developments that I just wanted to touch on. Many people would be aware, some people looking on in the news, some people even who are abroad, affecting them even more directly as well. But we see the impact of the change of presidency in America. A few things are changing. Many things remain the same. Sometimes we are given that perspective, we're given that notion that things are changing, but if you look deeply, the core and the essence remains the same as well. And sometimes push and a pull are part of the same effort towards the same goal. So, we see some major maneuvers. We see a summit, a meeting in Saudi Arabia with Mr. Rubio on behalf of the United States of America and the Russian Foreign Minister, Mr. Lavrov, as well, meeting for the first time in a little while in their capacities to discuss the conflict in Ukraine. And if we could just outline how interconnected we all are as a world. So we all the way in Trinidad and Tobago would have had positive and negative implications from the conflict or war in Ukraine. The world would have seen grain prices increase. So we would have seen certain food items raise on our shelves in Trinidad and Tobago. The conflict also had certain implications on the cost of gas and oil. Well, we're not producing that much oil, but whatever we are producing, and gas in particular. So we had this interview with our Minister of Energy, Mr. Stuart Young, and he was speaking to a prominent journalist, a really prominent journalist, and he was asking him, because of the conflict and the rise in price of natural gas and their positive implications, because we would get more for our natural gas once our business is set up right. And he was like, yes, and we're really pleased to some extent with that, and he was asking him, well, how will it be used, and etc., etc. I don't know if you all remember that interview. But again, implications for Trinidad and Tobago. And then also we see, maneuvers in terms of the political position of the United States and Venezuela, our neighbor, and implications for us and our proposed Dragon Gas, which is a partnership between Trinidad and Venezuela. And I think Shell is the international company involved as well in the midst. Huge implications from issues in the world that affect us. We are one people, and we are one people coming closer together because of trade, because of technology, because of the ability to travel between distances in such a short period of time. We would have seen implications of the genocide taking place in Palestine. We would have seen shipping routes being disturbed, and we would have seen implications on the length of time shipping and products would take to reach to this part of the world. Of course, we know the manufacturing hub of the world is is China. It's very hard to pick up anything in any store in Trinidad and Tobago and not see a label on it marked made in China. Of course, there are other producers, the United States, Germany, Japan, some of the places where labor is also cheap, maybe Pakistan, India, Turkey if it's garments as well. But China has been able to position itself not through talk and division and wasting time, but through solid leadership, a clear direction, and hard work and production. Hard work and production. China imports the raw material that is necessary to create all that they create. Some of the raw materials, they have a bit available to them in their territory that they claim and adjudicate over, but a lot of what they need in terms of raw materials is sourced from other places around the globe. And then they take those things and they add value to them. They take these raw materials and they create with it things that are necessary and demanded, across the entire world. And they do it so successfully that they are able to offer it at a price that is unbeatable. That is unbeatable, even if you have to put it on a ship and ship it across what is almost the length of the entire globe. I don't know if they obviously would have watchwords as well. I don't know if their watchwords are discipline, production, and tolerance. But certainly, in their actions, in their efforts, there are these virtues or directives lived out. They are disciplined. I think that's one of the greatest stereotypes that people have about Chinese. They're like robots and thing, and I think people look towards them and they marvel at their discipline and their ability to produce. Their capacity to deliver. You want a million caps for carnival. We want a million feathers, a million beaded undergarments or whatever. China is the place. You want a million Trinidad and Tobago flags. China is the place. Yeah? So we really have to now take out a page which is written in our books but is exemplified through action by the Chinese, and we have to take a page from their book and put it into to our book and into our action. This is the global nature of things. So we look on and we are hopeful that some resolution could come to the conflict that is taking place in Ukraine. And we hope, we pray for justice, because justice is a precursor and a necessary element that will facilitate for peace. We do not pray for positions where people are subjugated, people are oppressed, people are taken advantage of, but they do so, and the people who are being oppressed and advantaged sit down quietly and take it. That's not the ideal. That is not the nature of the human being, and it is not what we should stand for as members of humanity. Just to begin with, we should not look on at injustice with indifference. If ever we find ourselves in a position where we see wrong being done, evil, and we are indifferent, it does not matter to us, then something is wrong with us. As our great leader, I say our, I believe that he's a leader for all of us, Mr. Nelson Mandela said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And the struggles that others face, if we stand up in solidarity with them, then it not only helps to fight against that injustice that they face, but it also protects us from the spread of that injustice to us. You know, it's so common in Trinidad and Tobago and in other places when the human being is encouraged into a position of selfishness, that he says, that ain't bothering me. That don't have nothing to do with me. As the position some people take. Little do we realize that we are next. We are next. If we allow it to take place right next to us, then we next. The wisdom of our elders, I know I could call in and give me the wisdom that exists. And some of us who are younger as well, we have learned that wisdom from you all. Right? We as Trinbagonians, we know about that. We know that if your neighbor's house on fire, wet yours. I think that's what they say. Well, I might want to alter it a little bit. I might want to alter that statement a little bit. You know, if your neighbor's house on fire, try and out your neighbor's house. Right? We take any calls. I'll give you all the numbers as well. Morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
If the neighbor house on fire, wet yours. Because if you wet your own, and you can't save the neighbor own, too, all you own could burn down. But help the neighbor own.
How the neighbor own?
And then wet down yours and then help wet yours.
All right.
Let me explain you something.
Go ahead.
As a man growing up, China in the 80s was a very bad third world country. Trinidad was more developed than China in the 70s and the 80s. So when we talk about China, Trinidad was making cars, was assembling cars, sorry, not making cars, assembling cars, even more cars than China in the 80s. And why that crash? You know why that crashed that? And why China, all American companies in the 80s left America and went to China? You know why, son? Because you're younger than I am. Because of the cost of labor. In Trinidad and Tobago, labor keep making noise for money. In China, they can't make no noise under Mao Zedong. Anytime you make noise under Mao, you get locked up. Anytime you go against Mao, you get executed. We have to tell, before we compare China, understand how China get where it is there. Even Japan tried, even China invaded Japan, Japan tried invading China, all of that transpired. So China didn't just grow up one day and become what China is. People in China suffered under Mao Zedong for years. So before we place China where it is today, understand where China came from. And right now, the American companies are moving from China and going back to America. That started happening since under Obama. So we have one of the largest EV manufacturers in the world is BYD. Beat out Tesla. They are making the cheapest cars way before Biden leave. Trump make a statement. Trump had carried it to 25% tariff. Biden carried it to 100% tariff. So, day before yesterday, Ukraine had a meeting. The president of Ukraine had a meeting with or a press conference with what's her name? Christian Ananpo, whatever. You must know this lady, very well known person, right? And here we say, when Trump come into office, Putin give up. Putin like he afraid Trump. That was the day before yesterday. Yes, today, the Americans went and meet envoys of Putin in the Middle East, had a discussion, and they leave out Ukraine.
Yeah.
If you look sharp, they sent another two plane load of Venezuelans to Venezuela the day before yesterday, besides what they said last week. So that talk that we're talking about, the dragon is dead, and what's going on with Russia and America, hear what they tell Russia yesterday. They see all these sanctions that we put on under Biden. If you look sharp, we go drop all of that, and we open back our embassies. So this whole dream that we're having that the world is going down and Trinidad is going to suffer because of, they didn't look in that direction and way people thinking, you know.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, son.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. And we have to take the lessons from China for sure. Not to point to where you may think they had their feelings in terms of discipline or the strength or the harshness of their leader to encourage production, etc., but to their continued ability to have competitive advantage, to stay above in terms of productivity, to innovate in a way so that they can produce still in this time, right, where there is a little more liberalism in the way that they manage their society, but they are still able to produce at a lower cost and at a high rate of productivity and even quality. There are items that are specifically created in a way for cheap, lower quality. But also, China has moved into a position where it is also creating quality, high value technological advancements. As you said, Beyond Your Dreams, BYD, which is in Trinidad and Tobago now as well. You could check them out just off of Don Street. Producing EVs for the world. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Brother Baka.
Morning, morning.
Morning to listeners at 91.9. God bless everybody. Do bring up that EV talk. You see what's going on in Africa, right? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, you see what's going on in Africa?
In terms of what? Some innovators or?
Yeah, let me just make a statement here. The age of ignorance is at an end. And the age of enlightenment is here. The brother who did the lockup for producing transmittable electricity, just like the pyramids, well, they released a car, a television, which does not plug into the wall. He converted radio frequencies into electricity. Well, they did lock him up and think, well, I see Africa did well and they release him. Right now, everybody in shock. They're keeping the news down low. They produce a self-generating electric car that shocked the world right now. But they pattern it on. Check it out. There's a turnaround there. There's a vestige of the technology of the pyramids. But I called to tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
You're speaking about China, right?
Yes, yeah.
And its development and stuff like that. I remember being a little boy. I'm 54 years old.
All right, man.
And watching black and white, old black and white TV, right, when I was small. And seeing little children on a liner table building transistor radios at the time. I'm talking about children.
Yeah.
Building transistor radio. I had one and I was saying, look at that, a little child put this radio together. What a lot of activists, what they don't do, and it has upset me, is that to develop a country you need intelligence. China, the land and the trees and the water and the oil and the resources didn't develop itself, you know. Yeah. China is not just a word. So too Trinidad and Tobago. You can't say Trinidad and Tobago had to develop itself. You have to tell the little black boys and them, start seeking some sort of knowledge, then they will be able to interpret what you sending out there. Other than that, you're speaking to Big Stone, or you're speaking to somebody who have an AR in their hand and just want to kill because it have politicians empowering them, telling them that once you're squatting and the government move here, crime go on increase, and as it a senseless crime start to take place with the spell that he cast there. So talk show hosts and activists have to start to tell people now, in order for the country to develop, you have to develop intelligence, which is what the, hello? Still on here, right?
Yeah.
But you have to develop intelligence. So when all you waste time and come and talk about, oh, crime will go up because of the squatters and all you letting them people not empower themselves to get the intelligence that the country need to develop. That's why I say great is the PNM. He's not a sycophant and it have a lot of things PNM do I don't like. But that's why I just say great is the PNM. Because anytime you take those precious words and precious airtime to just come and talk about crime go develop because of this and crime go develop because of that, you're wasting time. China developed because they withhold the intelligence. And they keep the intelligent people in the country, and that is how you just innovate and develop your country. Look at Burkina Faso, the black man, the youngest president in Africa, he and all making some headway. So let's start telling the youths and them, in order for the country to develop, we need intelligence to develop the country. How much generations we talking this ground talk and poor talk and thing? So that means we propagating ignorance, we propagating lack of qualification, we propagating it so that we can come and talk where we need somebody to rescue all here. And I fed up of that, Brother Baka, you know that too.
Yeah, I understand your perspective, you know.
We will develop because if you cannot develop the intelligence of a person, how will they interpret what you come in to say? Tell me.
Correct.
So you have to develop the intelligence.
For sure.
Not tell them to go and kiss if you are squatting and have a set of senseless crime all over the place. People coming on the radio and talking and set of rubbish.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Baka, for allowing me this contribution.
Yeah, man, no problem. I don't know who they say that we encourage them, young people or whoever you're talking about, to squat or to do crime or whatever. I do know that in my opinion, dependency and the lack of real education, substantial education to really free an individual is suppressed to some extent in our society. That's what I believe. And I believe that our education system needs drastic improvement to bring forward what we need as a country so that we can progress and move forward. Yes, we have certain streams where some of our young people are afforded the environment and the things that they need to thrive, but there is another stream where many young people are left in a position where they fall through the cracks with less than the same environment and opportunity as others, right? We could develop that point on another day. And I believe, as you're saying as well, that for everyone to go forward and progress, for us to keep and to have an even greater, stronger pool of intelligence, we need to increase our standards of education in our society. For us to prevent our brightest and sharpest minds you're critical of, I think we should look towards the factory that is producing them. If in China, BYD production lines start coming up with dysfunctional vehicles, it's not the vehicle they will condemn, it is the factory that they will go and change some system within it, because something clearly would be going wrong to produce the wrong or a malfunctioning car. Right? I hope you understand that. Good morning.
Mr. Barker, good morning to you.
And good morning to you as well. Welcome.
Right. First, I want to say good morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Barker, take it easy with you this morning. All I calling to ask you this morning, when you will be launching your party? I'm not hearing nothing about your party.
You can't wait to vote for something different, eh?
I can't wait to vote for something different.
It had to be that.
Me? No. I always vote for the best of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand me? All who could produce good for Trinidad and Tobago, and especially for the young ones, I always, take it in consideration and vote for them. You understand me?
So if you get a candidate who is intelligent, is caring, is a good leader by all of the indicators that we know, and that person is in your constituency, but they are not under the banner of PNM, I think that's what you sometimes support, right? You're going to vote for the better candidate and representative, or you're going to vote for...
Right now, we have a candidate, a young guy.
You didn't answer me. You vote for the next one.
What do you mean next one?
The candidate who is better than the one put up by whatever party.
Okay, hear me clearly. Let me repeat it for you. Yes, I always think about Trinidad and Tobago. And as I sit here this morning, we already have a good candidate for the Martin West. Right? And as a young man, so I will be, going all the way out to support him. But what I want to see, because I know, but I don't, you coming back down in the Martin West to run. I'm more believing my run in Belmont.
Well, this is what I'm now saying to you. If a better candidate comes, right? I don't know where Hans is from. I don't know where he lives. I mean, I know him.
Just where you born?
Where? Port of Spain? I born Port of Spain General Hospital.
I keep telling you that over and over. You know me well good. One of these days...
I born Port of Spain General Hospital, Mom. Where you saying where I born from? I just say, where you living?
You see you were telling me this morning, You understand me? Mother know what she taught you and all. You understand me? Not me, no, Mr. Barker. But I want to hear when your party launches, man.
I'm trying to figure out if it makes sense. If you are going to vote for a better candidate, right? Regardless of party affiliation, because you want the best representative for yourself and your community, then that inspires me to make that effort to scrape money from wherever to get involved in the political process to present a better candidate than somebody who is going to have to probably toe the line.
Well, you see.
So tell me, you tell me what to do.
Okay, you ask me, let me ask you myself now. The Gumata West had a candidate to represent us for years. And all I can say, I appreciate him, I thank him for raising Trinidad and Tobago, making us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, proud. You hear what I'm telling you about?
Yeah.
He did well. And if he decides to go now and relax himself, thank you, Dr. Ali. And we have another good one will be coming here to represent us. You understand me?
You is the boss. You ain't telling me what to do. If I bring a better candidate than Mr. Hans Devines,
bring him.
Are you going to vote for that candidate?
No, I am a PNM, so I have to vote for the PNM candidate.
Makes sense now,
you
man.
have a good one, right?
Go ahead, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, brother, morning.
Morning.
Watch me. Simple question. You asking a woman and she just beating around the bush. She can't say. Up to now, she not answer.
Nah, she just answered. She says she's a PNM. She go vote PNM.
Really, see?
Pressure.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
if
God.
something better come on, you know?
But she own son. If she's son, for example, goes up as the candidate independently because, you know, he is more in tune with the community. I don't know. I'll be real with all, you know. I know Mr. Devines, you know, cool fella. He has been a host and a communicator and other things for the last decade or more. Always, every program that Ministry of Youth and other institutions have, he is the one, he's the spokesperson, he's the one chairing it. So it's no surprise to me because he dare.
Me say no.
Yeah.
I talking about the question you answered.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm explaining.
Yeah,
but I don't know how good of a representative in terms of the community and connection to the community and the ability to bring and articulate the concerns of that community he will be.
Well, is it?
Yeah, I don't know how. So we have to be real with ourselves. We have to be real with ourselves. You know, I see him as someone young coming into the politics. And somebody would have brought him into the politics as well, into the party. And that's a problem because you're supposed to represent the people. I had to take him on a drive. I hope he's willing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take him on a drive through the communities.
Left foot, right foot,
No, what is that? Left foot, right foot? I don't know about that. I believe in right foot first. You must do the right thing first.
Yeah.
Blessings, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're coming up to the hour for the ads. So we will take the calls as we come back in as well after the break. This issue is central to our development as a people. And I am hopeful. I'm always hopeful in the deciding minds, those who don't vote along just party lines, those who look on and see what makes more sense to them and to their country, and then decide. Because that is what ultimately matters. It is us, because I count myself among them. It is us who are broad enough in our thinking and independent enough in our understanding to weigh anything up, to see if this makes sense or this makes sense, or if it all doesn't make sense, and then make a decision that is best for all of us. That's what we need. And we have that in Trinidad. And I think we have more and more minds that are becoming empowered and elevated that way. Those are the people that I want to encourage to come forward. Those are the people that I want to encourage to speak out. Because those are the people that will be able to take Trinidad and Tobago to a better place. Alright, so we take the break.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959, 384-2232, or 378-1470.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
On Saturday, February 22nd at 2 p.m. comes an annual event that changes the carnival landscape in Trinidad and Tobago at Skinner Park in San Fernando. We will ring the Calypso bell as Tuco presents Calypso Globalization in 2025, the year of Calypso. 40 talented contestants from across the country are ready to battle it out. Skinner Park, San Fernando, Saturday, February 22nd from 2 p.m. This is Calypso Fiesta. It's time to celebrate Calypso music together.
Calling all mass lovers. Join us as the magic unfolds for the Senior Kings and Queens Preliminary at Carnival City, Queens Park, Savannah on Wednesday, 19th February from 7 p.m. All mass makers bring their visions to life. Kings and Queens will cross the grand stage and vie to become the King and Queen of Carnival. Get your general tickets for $100 and reserve for only $150. Available at Extra Coast Nationwide, Grandstand Ticket Booth, and online at islandetickets.com. Visit NCC's Facebook and Instagram or call 622-1670 for more info. This event is presented by the National Carnival Commission and TTCBA. Supported by Lifestyle Motors, Caribbean Airlines, First Citizens Bank, B-Mobile, White Oak, Dasani, and TTT.
The Calabash Corner Carnival Edition is coming to Street 91.9 FM each and every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon with your host, yours truly, Wendy. From entertainment protocol and etiquette to tips for the young artists and even the season ones. Then the Power Hour where we review carnival events with you, the patrons. Tune in to the #1 station for culture and log on to the Facebook and YouTube Live at Street 919 FM. This is our culture. Let's nurture it. For further information and sponsored segments, call or WhatsApp 269-3567. The Calabash Corner is here.
Army Fed Friday, February 21st at the headquarters of SOCA, Queens Park, Savannah.
Lucky for you, my friend. I in a good spirit. I drink in a good spirit.
Welcome to the VVIP all-inclusive and VIP stagefront free drink sections. VIP stagefront free drinks $600 and the VVIP all-inclusive deck $1,200. The Army Fest. Have a great time at our fully stocked bars and delicious food stations. Drink all night, but drink responsibly. Powered by Hennessy, Campari, Johnny Walker Black, El Dorado Rum, and the Ricky Ragunanan Group of Companies.
Tune into the Street 919 FM this and every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. for the program Conscious Talk.
Emancipation cannot be a one-day dress-up in African car event. It has to be a serious process in which resources are provided to our people to ensure they are emancipated. You cannot develop on handouts. That's another form of domination and control. When programs and policies are put in place so that you can develop economically, so that you can become business people, then and only then we can begin to talk about economic development.
Conscious talk.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code Radio2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Are you searching for the perfect venue for your wedding reception, company retreat, graduation celebration, or just an unforgettable party? Well, look no further. Vibes Event Space is ready to bring your event to life. Located at number 15 Mount Pleasant Boulevard, Bonaccord, Tobago. Our space offers the perfect settings for any occasion. Call us today at 394-3612 or 620-3057 to book your date. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Vibes Event Space to see what we're all about. Make your next event one to remember at Vibes the Event Space. The Event Space.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
The official station that defends the nation.
We
Good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, good morning. 91.9 FM. We on YouTube, IWER TV. And we are talking about Trinidad and Tobago always first in all of our conversations, with a mind to improving our country always. Right? Morning.
Oh, my brother, blessed morning, Baka.
Morning.
What is the conversation like and representation?
Yeah. As you say the word, I laugh because I still remembering Mom.
Yeah.
No
matter what she put, she just vote because of that PNM. But you think Andy Vince, what he passed through, he just get that position just so? He was in the young boy was talking all them kids carry van and talking pretty after the PNM and working with Foster Cummings.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been around for a while doing communication, with ministries. Not just one ministry, with a number of ministries.
Yeah, but right person, they know that guy. He never work on in the community. The media ask him, say Dr. Leave a good legacy, and he will continue legacy, do everything for the people. Down in the mountain, you come down on that side, down the way?
Yeah, I am often in the constituency. I live in that constituency as well. It's one of the communities that I live in, from La Puerta to Landsmeter to the Guave Road farmers at the end of the peninsula there. All over Bego Martin West, I'm very, very in tune with.
All right, well, I said the young, you will make a change in the party. All the old leaders and putting young people.
Change? Young people make change in the PNM? You what? But listen, I'm giving you the same question too, you know. If an independent person who is a good representative, has the characteristics of leadership, goes up in your constituency, would you vote for him?
And any political side, you even saw the PNM?
None of them.
But I go vote for somebody who for the people working on the ground and a good representative, and they taking the community to heart. Like, on both sides, it could be UNC or PNM.
Right, but
so
none of them, not even UNC. That's good that you would vote either way, but even none of them. Independent, somebody else. But you're sure, you take your time and you watch the man, you know the man from your community, you know the type of values, the kind of work that he does. Would you support something outside of them?
No.
Nah, you ain't voting for something outside of them?
No. I ain't trust them, I see.
Oh, you ain't trust an independent person?
They say they're independent, and when they go in there, they're doing the same thing over and over, so I could trust them. And they don't trust politicians, you know.
Right. I understand your trouble there.
So I look to understand. But right now, we got a representative in Bego Martin there, behind the Vince. They say young and give him a try.
All right, we go see. No problem. Let me take the next call. Blessings, brother. Yeah, I think the call started to cut up a little bit with him as well. Morning, caller.
Hi, morning.
Good morning.
I have been listening to that lady after I'm driving to work, right? So I always listen to this show when I'm going to work, and I'm always hearing that lady. And I think that they are the older generation, so they're saturated with the PNM and nothing else. And then So I think now the people are more learned with technology and information that is so readily available. Things that you could have pushed under the carpet a long time and get away with. It's being exposed all the time. And honestly, I think the new generation now is not falling for that because they are not fearing them till I die any longer. These are the new generation that I experience. And when they go to UE, now it's not free any longer. A lot of programs are being closed down. You know, a lot of things are being closed down. And you know one of the things that disgusts me, and I'm saying it now on radio, PNM has been in control of this country since the beginning, right? And these people, I mean, UNC and others got a little part of the pie over the years. But these people they rape this country so bad. And you know what's the worst thing that I find is so vulgar and arrogant? They leave in office now, they're going into annual, they're coming out of office, but they're taking the last bit of money they can take and go with this new increase in salary and all their friends and all their colleagues, right? To me, I was telling somebody, it's like you rape somebody and they're getting and you're taking the last bit out of them. And honestly, I voted PNM when Kamala was in power. I voted out Kamala and I voted Rowley them in, right? And then after that, I didn't vote again. And honestly, I am telling you, if we get a third party independent, I will vote. I will not vote UNC because why I'm saying that they were tried and tested as well. I mean, if somebody has not been tried and tested, you can't say nothing bad about them. But when people have been tried and tested, why do you want to go down that road? So I don't understand why people keep thinking it's either UNC or PNM. No, these people have been tried and tested. They know God. God. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much for your views. Morning, Chief.
Oh, good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, man.
And yours?
Thank you very much.
Oh, God. Again, I'm old fully, but I think when they say wine does get better with time, right? And they say age does bring reasoning. So I disagree with part of what the person said before because age bring reasoning and wine get better with time.
I don't know about that. I feel that applies in some instances. But if it's not wine, but indeed there are some of our elders who are endowed with wisdom. I have lived around some of them, absolutely wise people who direct the younger generation in a positive way, who empower us and things. Yes, but not all. Let's be real as well.
Well, you go get the few different because hence the reason I that listening to you all the time, you know.
Yeah.
I believe in condemning people. I need to hear what others say and hear what they're not saying also.
Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah.
So that is why I go think there. And I heard that call earlier, Mr. Abaka, when this gentleman really you call and tell you we used to line up to make thing there. When we used to play music, we used to make our own tube amp, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As DJ, small DJ, we making tube amps. We doing technician work, fixing and making transistor radio and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
And these things kind of going away from us. Because nobody in doing them and nobody want to make a top, nobody want to do nothing again. Everybody just want to go and these iPhone and my phone and my phone, wherever it is. Well, mainly my phone because all the phone is their own. Right?
Yeah. So
I want to just say, your question you ask, if you, and I telling you I go song by yourself, but if you want to come to my party with the ideas you have, I voting for you, and if you come independent, I'm voting for you. But once you join with the UNC and then pick a party, I will not support you.
Right. Respect, man, no problem. I respect that.
Right? And I know disrespect to you.
No, none taken at all. Respect, man.
Yeah. But I just my view. If you come independent to me in my area, or you come with my people who I don't support, I accept it, but don't come on the other side and no pick a party.
Right. Respect, man. Blessings.
Have a blessed one.
You too. Yeah, sorry. I know some people missing the opportunity to come in. Just keep trying and I will try to facilitate as many as possible. Morning, brother.
Morning, brother Fuad Abubakar. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I was quick on the draw there, boy. Yeah, I was quickly. All right, so your topic this morning, in respect of when you talk about China, how they develop, what's going on in Russia, the principle that Ibrahim getting on within Africa, a whole change is happening for real. But your whole conversation starting with one simple word: greed. That's the intuition of the mind of many men, many of human. In respect that resources is necessary to every individual. Now, one having a resource is a matter of development for himself, and if he have the mind not greedy, it could be for all. But for our state that we lived for the last good period of life, capitalism, slavery, and you put greed in between the both of them, then you have a default society, a default existence. That coming down to the next three words which you're going to end up with: domination, poverty, and disgust. Now, how you put disgust? You put disgust to the slave because he disgusted over the situation. How you put poverty? Because anytime greed steps in with the capitalist, you got a impoverished slave. Okay? And the capitalist is the dominant one. He dominating the existence. So pick up on what I said and pick up on seeing what our society is. You have oppression. That's going to be under capitalist. That's going to be under the dominating man. The oppressive human existence. You have under greed, you will get impoverishness and you will get an angry soul there. If a fella impoverished, he angry. Right? And then now, you come to under the slave, which disgust, you will get disorder because he's not going to comply. First to begin. So now, what we have now in the society is no discipline, no tolerance, no production. Put them in respect, no discipline under the capitalist man, he will also have no discipline under the state. No tolerance. Well, I can see somebody who is really impoverished, disgust under slavery, how he gonna be tolerant. And also, you wouldn't get no production from him. So that's the whole thing. And then now what you end up with is an evil organization that rules it. And now you will have no order by nobody. And the capitalist who's supposed to keep the family in order, he not creating an order that could support the slave. So he is his dominant way, his oppressive way, and other capitalists maintain an evil organization with no order. So what we now have to do, as I keep on saying, we have to create an order.
Yeah.
We have to create an order that will become similar to China. Where China came from, China is a very, very productive place. China was very, very, very productive years ago, making baskets from bamboo, and they're very creative. If they bring the consciousness to bring order to the society at that point, and able to utilize every human being with the skills and the skills that's supposed to be the subject matter of the country, then they're bringing things out that could rule the world with the amount of resources they have, how they utilize it, and it is because of order, a good organized order. So if we're not having an organized order with conscious people who are not greedy. Greed, enviousness, these words and them. Selfishness, lack of appreciation for one another. Self, what I could do, appreciate. What he could do, appreciate. If we're not doing that and being selfish, we are being fragmented, scattered in all ways. So greed is the first instance of most of us. Take for greed, and we may really have a good unified human existence because everybody will help. Everybody will help one another. But greed, capitalism, slavery still stand up on top. And if you look at it, greed is in the both of them, between the both of them. Yeah. Capitalism and slavery, the dominant one and the one who disgusts. Right. The oppressor and the disordered man who ain't coming up to face and deal with no oppression. So he will be disordered. Right. I stop there because I let go the whole thing. I write down everything so I could have a proper consciousness coming down so that we could understand the reality of us. From, they say, Cain and Abel are envy. So then they had a greed. They say, and from there on, anything you put in the society where they don't do the Bible and all kind of things, anything you put, greed caused that. Greed caused the action of the Cain. Now, I don't know what Cain and Abel are, but greed caused the action of the Cain and Abel story. Right. Say that capitalism, slavery still exists. Thank you, Afuad Abubakar. Thank you,
no problem.
Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Yeah. Of course, we have touched on the topics of greed and crass capitalism. I put a word in front of it because some people subscribe to, just capitalism to some extent. Right. Thanks for calling back, caller. Good morning.
Good morning. Caller, I will not vote for independence,
Yeah, for independence, for independent party. Or an individual.
Party?
Or
an third party?
No, not a third party, sir, but an individual representative that may be better than the representative you would see in the two traditional parties.
No, but then he ain't going to be able to do anything.
He'll be able to represent your constituency, sir. That's what.
How?
By articulating the concerns and views that your party that your constituency has in Parliament.
But just that, but where you get the funds and stuff like that? How we getting the funds?
Funds and development should be allocated to the entirety of Trinidad and Tobago, regardless.
No, it don't happen so in the Parliament.
Right. So if you don't belong to the governing party, your constituency is not given resources and development?
Even though it belongs to the governing party, sometimes you get pressure.
Right.
You don't happen so?
Right. Well, that's systemic, then we have an issue there.
Yes. If it so happen that you could have go and get money as you want, but then I would have supported independent. But independent there is just to walk around and talk to people and stuff like that.
Right. Thank you very much for your view.
Okay.
Yeah. So we face that concern as well from individuals that a good representative that does not fall in line with these party structures and who may not be in the government itself, the ruling party, will not be able to access the resources that are necessary for that constituency. And that is an absolute shame for us to even speak about that reality of poor governance. That is an absolute shame that we are saying that our system is that if the people choose you to represent them, when they speak to the governing party, the winner supposedly takes all, they are not going to deliver what is necessary to the people of that constituency because that person not with the party. That's an absolute shame as a system. You know what I think is extremely clear? It is extremely clear that these parties are taking away from what representation is supposed to be about. It is taking away from the power of the people, and it is putting power in the hands of a few that don't act on behalf of the people. I wonder continuously who chooses these representatives. And we see who chooses them. You see the screening committee, you see the chairman of the screening committee, you see who makes it up. They are the ones who choose these representatives. And it's not so much what the people want, you know, but it is their will within their party structures that dictates who is selected. I've seen on numerous occasions where the people say they want one thing, where the constituency groups fall out of line. They don't get no whip. They don't get whip. They resist the whip because it have a heavy whip in these parties, right? And they say they want something contrary and their will is not followed. For a matter of fact, there's this new thing that people going up uncontested because it doesn't stamp. Don't matter how absent these individuals are, don't matter how poor they are in their representation, once it's stamped from the lines of party leadership or whatever, that's what it is. Trinidad and Tobago, people need to wise up. We need to stop living in the boxes that they present for us. Morning, caller.
Good morning to you, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, morning, brother.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me give you 10 out of 10 for all your programs and them. I agree with you 100%. I feel like it's colonial masters picking representative, especially in the PNM areas. I can say frankly, the opposition leader picking the people and them who they want to pick, but the colonial masters picking the people and them to represent them in the PNM areas. I have no beef with that young fella from Diego Martin, Hines, but what experience he have in politics, in parliament. Probably if you ask him to read out the Constitution, he don't even know the Constitution. And these are people them that we just choosing. And people, what business ideas these young fellas them have to say, well, all right, I am going to be the MP for Diego Martin West. You never see them fellas them help somebody, give them a hamper, go and help somebody paint a house. Oh, a MP, it mean missing person and citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. It means member of parliament, and when there's a member of parliament for the constituency, you have to improve the life of people. You have to make people's life better. In this country, from 1956 to now, MPs, especially in the PNM areas and them, serve the business people and them, and neglect the people them who give them that position, who vote for them and make them MPs.
Well, there's the thing I want to pause here there with. Who making them MPs? I feel as though in their minds, they don't think that it is the people who select them, you know. They think it is the party that put them there. You understand what I'm saying? So when you get placed there, You ain't thinking about Hague Street, La Puerta, Landsmeter. You ain't thinking about mom, this one, that one, wherever. You thinking my boss is this boss in the party here, and he put me here, and I answering to he. I ain't answering to the people, you know. So we have a real problem.
Mr. Baker, all of a sudden, the whole constituency, a constituency of 49,000 people, they see all the problems, they see all the rusty galvanized, they see the grandmother who wanted assistance, the promised she assistance, they see all the bad roads and all the bad drains, and from the time they reach in office, they keep a blind eye towards all these things.
Yeah.
But what I want to tell you about really, I like the Calypso programs and then the culture program and them that he was doing from since Monday. Gypsy in culture now and in government, 15 years now. 15 years now, because he was the 5 years under the People's Partnership and 10 years now under the People's National Movement. And as I'm not going to say an icon, I'm not going to say a respectable Calypsonian, I would just say a Calypsonian. What he did for Calypso in this country, we should be ashamed of Gypsy for being in culture, you know, because he's supposed to improve Calypso, and today we're supposed to see, all right, Calypso gone. It's a man sing a song, Calypso going to turn him vagrant, and he know what he's saying. Gypsy keep a blind eye towards the Calypsonian and them for 15 years. You're supposed to make it better, Gypsy. I am ashamed of you. Take the politics out of it, but your art form, what you grew up singing, you should have taken that further, and you failed the Calypsonian. Mr. Baker, thank you. Take 10 out of 10 again.
Yeah. Thanks for your view. I actually like Gypsy's song this year. He performed in Kaiso. Kaiso Dynasty is the name of the tent now. You all check it out. It is by Radisson Hotel. His Calypso is about the world. The world and the unfairness of the world and the injustice and sadness and poverty that he is seeing in the world. And by extension, obviously, Trinidad and Tobago. So with the other issues we could deal with. Representatives must represent the people. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Hey, morning, brother. How you going?
Good, man.
Hey, I'm listening to the program here. Once again, just, keep up the great work. It's very informative and entertaining to listen to your perspective and how you articulate yourself. And I mean that as a genuine compliment. I recently was now hearing you were speaking about Gypsy song or the unfairness of the world and thing. And sometimes there's be so much different factors as a citizen. You express it towards on this, and then there's something else and something else. And
yeah.
So I guess it's just up to the positive people to not get despondent or weaken, and we had to keep speaking up from our end, so that our voice be that injustice and unfair treatment can't be accepted. Thanks for the time, brother. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, no problem. Not caller, but I see someone on the message saying that I'm not correcting the caller, because you think that he should be ashamed of Kamala. And if that is your view, call in. The numbers are 3420081, and also outline what you are ashamed of, if it's something that is not to the standard. Because I am saying that all around the standard isn't there. We left in a real position as a people. And we put ourselves in that position as well because we accept what is not acceptable. Because we misunderstand what governance and representation is supposed to be. And we allow people to take advantage of us. Is advantage people taking of us, They know what they could get away with. They just say it. Those study them. We done had them. That is the conversation. When they think about raising the price of gas, when they think about bringing property tax, you know what the conversation this be? The conversation this be this. Don't worry. Don't study them go still vote for we. And the opposition weak. That's what they go say and thing, and we will be able to spin it this way and that way, and don't worry all yourself. Don't worry all yourself. We go still win. We back in power again. That is what they say. They say, them older people, as we say, African this, that, whatever thing, and they don't like we and thing, that is it. All of them will go and vote for us. They just say it. We could put whoever we want. If Mr. Devine, that's my partner, you know, I know him personally, you know, seen him many of the community initiatives sometimes that I may attend, that the government is involved in. He's paid to go, and I see him sometimes there, and sometimes he actually does non-paid work as well, right? So I see him there and we interact, and I mean, he's a young man like myself, and I'm not saying somebody has to have experience. You won't get the experience if you don't get involved. So I have no problem from that perspective. But this is what it is. Think we could put in our people who may not be the best representative. We could put back a man for 34 years in a place in this wherever, because don't worry with them, they're going to vote for us no matter what. No matter what. That is not the position maybe in Tobago. That is not the position in a marginal seat. So they just be careful. So they just be careful to deliver. But the more inelastic that we become, unmovable that we become politically, is the least responsive that they will become to us. Simple economics put into political terms. If, no matter what, you're buying cigarettes because you're addicted, you're hooked. It is destructive for you, but you're addicted, you're hooked. Don't matter what you're buying cigarettes, then the price could rise and you will still buy that cigarettes. If there's limited competition, if there's limited others available, brands, whatever, they could raise the price, they could decrease the quality, you're going to still buy what is available because you're done addicted to it. If we free ourselves of these addictions, then we are better positioned to demand better. Governance will become more responsive. Ms. Bissessa had to do all kind of thing right now to try to convince people. Because pressure. She had to compromise, she had to think, she had to work deals with labor leaders, she had to promise, she had to work, she had to this, she had to that. We have to free ourselves, Trinidad and Tobago. We have to work towards our own benefit. We have to find positions that will protect our future. Their future secure. Their pension is $1 million. Their pension, sure. Their salary is 80-something thousand, 60-something thousand, whatever. Them sure. It's simple maths.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Barker.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir. Yes, Mr. Barker. I would you talk about 1%. All this area thing. I'd like to know what is that 1%? Could you give me that application?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah.
When a person come at 1%?
The 1% refers to the top 1% economically within your society. So if you just do the maths according to your...
That make you 1%?
Beg your pardon?
That make you a 1%?
Yeah, that's what it refers to. It refers to the top economic 1% of your society.
So what in position? For 1% in a poor man or rich man, you say that?
If it's a rich man?
To a poor man.
Well, money don't make you rich, but rich in terms of money, maybe.
Why you all
Yeah, sorry, the feedback was terrible, caller. Right? I think we would have explained that topic, and it's something that is very topical in the world. So people would have explained what 1% applies to and what it means. It just means, in terms of financial holdings, right? The top 1%, what they hold. Who hold the most in who hold the top 1% of that, who hold the most in your society in terms of economic holdings, right? If you want to call them wealthy or rich or whatever as well, it's fine. We're approaching the break. Just have 2 minutes. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, good morning. You know, every time I hear people speak about the 1%, I'm always defending the 1%. But they are the one who said that they are 1% and they control the economy, you know.
Yeah.
They are the ones who said it, you know. It's not the ordinary man who said it, you know. Go back and they said that they are so powerful. They are the 1% and they control the economy.
Yeah. They said a little bit more than that too. You remember the rest of the interview?
Huh?
They said a little bit more than that. You remember the rest of the interview?
I can't remember all that they had said, but I know that was part of the interview. The 1% in control.
Yeah, let me help you what they said. They said that they are afraid in Trinidad and Tobago that the middle class is dwindling and that people are becoming poorer. And the middle class, which used to act as a buffer to protect them, because it is dwindling, they're feeling a little more insecure. You're forgetting the interview. We're going to play it sometime in the future.
Yeah. I could really go to interview, but I know that the real refutate, you understand? We have made that state. We see them as that. They are the ones who said it. You know? You understand?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yes.
All right, so we just take this last call before the break. You only have a minute, sorry.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We're discussing the 1%ers, but the point about ideology is that once you at the pinnacle of any establishment, whether it's social or economic, you are the 1%.
Right, but when we speak about it, it's in economic terms we're speaking about, but I understand what you're saying as well.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because Christ said, what? All of us have the power to become sons of God.
Yeah.
As same as Shakespeare pointed out, he said, a fool thinketh himself wise, but a wise man knew that he's a fool, because the things that we live for in this world are corrupted within its entity. But the pureness of spirituality is that where we all become sons of God. And if we understand this true identity, then we can say, well, yes, we are humans and not all the other kind of manifestations that man presents himself as. Y'all have a good day. Let me think on that.
Thank you very, very, very much, caller. Thank you very much.
Is being brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to Soca. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. We work hard every day. We play for long. But we don't fall down now. Static. When we bend out, we back, and then. Them wanna know how we do it. Them can't comprehend. And when we jump, then we jump into where all the stress is away. We go wine, cause we happy to live for a whole other day. We don't sleep at all. We go from party to party. We go from party to party. Times we could do it all. We go from party to party. We work hard every day. We play for long. But we don't fall down now. When we out on the road for long. But we don't fall down now. We can't shut up, we can't shut down, we can't shut up, we can't shut down, we can't shut up, we can't shut down, we can't shut up, we can't shut down. I said the fuel up the cup. Charge up, fuel up the cup. Charge up. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to Soca. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to Soca. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to Soca. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Let me take you down to a place where you could find the greatest bacchanal. When you talk about action, you talk about attraction, you talk about carnival. Oh, yes, woman down there like rain. Oh, yes, jamming down there. We can't sleep at all. We go from party to party, straight from what is party to party. Times we could do it all. We go from party to party. We work hard every day. We play for long. But we don't fall down now. When we out on the road for long. But we don't fall down now. We can't shut up, we can't shut down, we can't shut up, we can't shut down, we can't shut up, we can't shut down, we can't shut up, we can't shut down. I said the fuel up the cup. Charge up. Fuel up the cup. Charge up. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
That road march was brought to you by Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste.
And good morning again to everyone. Our culture, our taste. I myself, I rate my Royal Castle. In particular, now maybe the rotisserie chicken. I think it more healthy. I'm 100% sure, but obviously, when you're feeling for that snack or something outside of the Trinbagonian home cooked food, right? Our culture, our taste. So, just a few callers just asked the question around 1%, but we were really talking about representation. We are talking about who selects the representation for us and what really our participation in the process means and the effect of that participation how much it actually matters. And as one of our callers always says, we need to organize ourselves as people. And this is why organizations outside of these traditional political entities are always at best not supported, at worst attacked and destroyed. Because these independent organizations, they create the forum for citizens to become organized, to achieve, to affect collectively what transpires in our society. And there are people who don't want people to have that power. You see the position where we don't know what to do. We don't have a choice. That's what they make us feel sometimes. Either this or that. What else we gonna do? We can't vote for that one. So, well, they even have no problem with the prospect that we lose hope and we give up the process. So it becomes even easier for them to take it, to take what belongs to us. That is where they leave us. We feel, and you hear it often, it don't matter if I vote or I don't vote, it's the same thing. I still have to work and catch my tail out here. I see a meme. It said that I was young and poor, and I worked extremely hard throughout my life. Now I'm old and poor. It's funny, but it resonates. You're young. You come into this economic climate with so many dreams and aspirations to own something, to feel a sense of independence, of financial comfort to some extent, to set some little benchmarks for even physically for yourself. And it is demotivating to work. I'm not talking about no work. To struggle, to sacrifice, and then still just be on the edge or in the pit of difficulty, of insecurity. And as a people, we have to know what we want. We have to know if this is the condition that we are willing to continue to live in. And if prospective leaders are not speaking this language to us about the improvement of our lives, all that they have the gall to come to say to us is just tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, without regard or remorse for our positions, then what kind of leader? What kind of leader is that? What kind of leader is that? So we have to know what we are about, and we have to find a position that is going to facilitate for our betterment. For people on the ground, the maths doesn't even be so hard for them. Everybody does do this and do that and thief and whatever. Whichever way I could benefit the most, which way ever I could live. All they're studying is life. Survival. That's the way that they had to go. Sad. Sad that that is the position that we find ourselves in, and therefore we must rethink it all. So we have a little bit of time to prepare ourselves, to organize ourselves. Prepare your mind. This is what this program is about, and there are other programs as well, Dr. David. Find an organization, work together. Let us free ourselves and chart a course for betterment for ourselves and our families and our country. Alright, so Monday to Thursday, take care.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The Army Fete, Operation Flag Fest, welcomes Michelle Montano, Bungie Garland, Patrice Roberts, Iowa George, Voice, Lyrical, Shawn Marshall.